Hello everyone, welcome back to UPSC Academy. This is topic of the day. Today we will discuss the most important and burning issue in current India, that is 130th Amendment Bill. What is this 130th Amendment Bill is about, and what are the provisions, and why is it so controversial? All those things will be discussed in today's video. First, we'll hear some leaders' opinions. Why there are so contrasting opinions? First, in support of the bill, Amit Shah called it a landmark step to cleanse politics, ensuring that those who are behind bars cannot run the government from inside the prison. Next, Prashant Kishore, who is a political strategist, he supported the bill saying no person jailed for a month should continue in public office. This strengthens democratic accountability. Then the other BJP leaders said they emphasized that the law is not partisan but a moral reform long overdue to restore credibility to Indian politics. These are the arguments, or these are the opinions of the leaders who are supporting this bill. The opinions of other leaders are so contrasting in nature. In opposition, M.K. Stalin, Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, declared it a black bill and called it a black day for democracy, warning that it paves the way for dictatorship under the guise of accountability. Next, Priyanka Gandhi criticized it as draconian and unconstitutional, accused the center of crafting a tool to dislodge elected leaders via arrest. Alauddin Owaisi, again opposition leader, he warned that the bill could turn arrest into political weapon and destabilize states through central agencies. Next, Akhilesh Yadav, again India bloc leader, he stated that bill is not at all about ethics but about silencing strong opinion of leaders before the elections. Next, Arvind Kejriwal from AAP party termed it an assault on democracy, noting how opposition CMs are often targeted by ED or CBI cases. Okay, you can see one is at this extreme end and the other is at this extreme end. Why is this particular bill so controversial? What are the provisions of this bill? We'll discuss in the today's video. So, what is this 130th Amendment Bill about? The bill aims to seeks to amend Article 75, 164 and 239 AA of the Constitution to remove Prime Minister, Chief Minister and Ministers of Union Territories of State or Delhi, or Ministers of Union Territory, States or Delhi. If, okay, see, just they want to remove not any ministers or not any MLAs, they want to remove Prime Minister, Chief Ministers and Ministers. If they are arrested and detained for 30 consecutive days in connection with offences that are punishable with at least 5 years of imprisonment. Okay, next, the removal is automatic if the concerned constitutional head, that is the president or governor, is not advised by date 31. If they are arrested or detained for 30 days, then on the 31st day, they are automatically removed by president in case of prime minister or any other minister, and governor in case of chief minister or any other ministers. Okay, so this is, you can see, you can already sense why this amendment bill is so controversial. So they are not just talking about any ministers or any person, they are talking about prime ministers, and everyone, if they are arrested for 30 days for any offences where the punishment is at least 5 years of imprisonment. Next, once released, such leader may be reappointed. Okay, nothing says that if you are arrested for 30 days for any punishable offence, you cannot enter into politics at all. If you complete your term and if you are removed from the jail or removed from the detention, you can again be reappointed. Okay, that is the provision is there. But if you are in jail, you cannot. If you are detained or if you are arrested, then you do not have the right to hold the position of minister. That is what the intent is, and the particular intent is to plug the loophole in the law where ministers in custody could continue in office. For example, TN Minister Senthil Balaji's case in 2023, where he was arrested and where he was in custody, and even then he was continuing the office. Next, why it matters. Moves India away from the conviction only court disqualification rule under the Representation of People's Act 1951 to stricter custody based removal rule. It is not like we do not have any provisions with respect to any person who is arrested or detained. There is provisions under Representation of People's Act 1951, but under this it talks about only conviction. Only after they are convicted they are disqualified. But here it is not about the conviction. They are disqualified even if they are just arrested for 30 days. Okay, next, it raises fundamental questions about due process, federalism, and political accountability. Okay, then we will discuss the supportive arguments and opposite arguments. Supportive argument is it curtails criminalization of politics. Most of the controversy or criticism about Indian politics is that it is filled with criminals. So this move in order to address this criminalization of politics is a very good move. It prevents leaders from running governments from the jail cells. It upholds constitutional morality. That is, it upholds public faith in democracy and governance ethics. And also, in global comparisons, there are several democracies, even pending indictments, force ministers to resign. Just if there is a pending indictment, there isn't as well. Next, it also checks on the abuse of power, ensures that ministers facing grave charges do not influence investigations while they are in office, so that they are not able to interfere or influence investigations while they are in office. Next, critics' concerns. What is the critics' concerns? Presumption of innocence violated. That is, removal even without convictions undermines Article 21 and the principles of due process of law. And the political weaponization. That is, arrests could be engineered by using central agencies like ED, CBI against opposition leaders. We are seeing in the recent cases there are lots of ED raids on the opposition leaders. There are lots of ED raids on the opposition leaders. Who am I to say, or who are you to say that this cannot be used in the future by the ruling party against opposition party? I'm not saying any taking parts with respect to BJP or Congress. I'm just saying if there is a central government headed by NDA, they can always use ED to bring false cases against opposition leaders and reverse the role. If the bill is enacted or if the amendment is enacted, and if the center, Congress or UPA makes a government, obviously they are going to bring, or obviously they are going to use ED or CBI to bring cases against a particular minister or a particular member from opposition party, in this case BJP. Okay, so obviously there is going to be misuse of these provisions. Next, there is also a risk of federalism. That is, federalism at risk. That is, central government gains indirect power to destabilize opposition ruled states. Okay, anyway, already governor is considered as an agent of center. Now, along with this agent of center, if you are providing him the power to disqualify or power to remove a person if they are elected for, if they are detained for 30 years, then obviously it is going to be a big issue as well. So it is undermining the federalism as well. And temporary reappointment clause. It says that critics says this makes the provision weak and open to manipulation. What is the use of reappointment again? If they are already detained for 30 days and if they are already convicted for offences of 5 years or more, then why do you want to bring them back again and reappoint them? Doesn't it undermine the public trust? So that is what the questions were raised by the critics. So this is the topic of the day, a very important topic, a very burning news in the current context. We will see what the bill happens, whether it will be passed in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, or it becomes a bill, or then the judiciary intervenes. We have to wait and see what will be the outcome. But till then, our duty is to debate and discuss about all the controversial issues. So today we will discuss about this particular article or particular news. If you like the video or initiative, then please hit the like button, comment on it, and also share with your friends. It is like appreciation for us. And if you're new to the channels, please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss any notification. With this, I will end the video. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.